Okay, we are still pretty close to the previous memory. Wait a minute, this place. It's a Sigmund guest house. Ah, where they wine and dine the geezers into signing up for the service. Sure, been a while since I've visited. Looks a bit different from when I was last year too. Let's check it out. Explore and interact with memory orbs. Oh, okay. Guess we need to find memory orbs now. Oh yeah, we had them in the last game too. I think there he is, yeah. What are you doing outside in the cold, Mr. Reed? Your appointment is about ready. Please, right this way. Here we got one. This game's Ost slaps, it does. It has also like a soundtrack with a singer. I think it's a friend of the developer. And she has a really pretty voice. Welcome to the Sigmund Corp guest house. Please have a seat in our living room. Are we good to go? Why don't you sit back and enjoy some tea first? You must have come a long way to get here. I need to get back home soon. I'd just like to inquire about your service. Very well. Someone will be here to get you shortly. There's so much to the world, isn't there? Much more than one could explore in a single lifetime. Say, wouldn't it be nice to visit where you've always wanted to go? I've already been there, once upon a time. Aww. I need to get back home soon. I don't recall the fireplace here looking like that. Maybe Colin remembers it wrong. I mean, that's his memory and how he remembers things. So they don't have to be accurate. This photo is taken from the stage perspective. Exhilarating, huh? Not many people get to experience what it's like to be famous. We sure get a lot of requests for that, so if it floats your boat, consider it done. If we have to do another one of these, I'm gonna go take a nap. It's not so bad, at least we'd get it done fast and go home early. Oh wait, I came from there. You see, our service is really quite simple. You tell us your wish and we make it happen. Fame, wealth, unreached goals and secret desires, you name it. We're your genie, called Colin. What is your wish? Let's see. So, if I understand this correctly, you are saying I can't wish for more wishes? You know, I've done and seen a lot in my lifetime. I've been to where I once thought I would never be, seen what I once thought I would never see. But in the big blink of an eye, suddenly there's no more time. And I find myself here just like everyone else. I walk through these doors and I realize that there's still this empty feeling inside me. I don't mean to be ungrateful to the life I've had, but I just want to feel like I've done enough in this world before I go, you know? I want to say I've lived a happy life and I want to feel like I have a few regrets. But somehow, after all that, I still can't. That's why we are here, Colin. Thank you for the hydration. Have you played Little Nightmares? No, but it's on my list. Oh, do you see the music? Princess Ace, thank you for the follow and welcome. Just give us the word and we'll make it right. Tell us your regrets. What is it that you want us to fix? Regrets? I don't know what to tell you for regrets, but I can tell you what I want. I want you to make me live that fulfilling life I wanted. But I want you to do it without changing anything I've been through. You don't want us to change anything? Colin, changing things is what we do. We change things and we make them better. That's why you come to us, so we can make it better. We can solve your problems. Everything you wanted but couldn't have in this life, we can give you the chance to get it. But if you want to get something, you need to give up something. So I ask again, what do you want as your last wish? Very well. I've played all of the Little Nightmares, got 100% of everything including the DLC. I highly recommend it. It's really good. Yeah, I definitely want to play it at some point. I don't know when, but both games are on my list. I want you to give me a fulfilling life while changing it as little as possible. And if you have to change something, please just keep the memories of the life with my family intact. So you want to waive specificity from the contract? With something like that, I hope you know there are no guarantees of result. I'm aware. It's settled then. I'll put our best people on it. Thank you. That's all I ask. Oh, the music is making this. Not Colin's wish. Right, not to change anything. And we have free reign over his fate. What kind of last wish is that? I don't even know where to start. And we've seen wars. The important thing here is that the boss said we'll put our best people on it. We are the best people, Eva. Booyah. So many people. Hi, Yuki. Yeah, Neko rated me. Hello, welcome. Actually, about that. Never mind. Okay, I'm good. Let's go to get the memento. I will definitely cry in this game, I can already tell. It's actually my second favorite game. I think we should go back to the last memory and ask Colin about what he said here. Can't really expect reliable answers from that, but we might eventually have to try. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it though. Let's just continue on for now. Is this the memento? No. What a waste, just sitting here looking pretty. Where's the memento though? Best dogs in the house. Booyah, you picked the right people for the job. I mean, we weren't picked. We actually replaced or took over the shift of our teammates. Oh, just one more thing. Don't tell my family. I don't want them to think I'm not content with how things are. Oh, the music is making it so painful. I think, yeah, there's the memento. Memento detected. What is this though? You know, I've been really impressed. What for? Well, back in the days, you kept on yelling dumb juvenilities when shooting the barriers. But recently, I haven't heard any Hadouken or Kamehameha or whatnot. It's been rather pleasant and professional. Oh, Memento, prepare. Hadouken! Okay, we got the bread. Okay, that's enough. Is that bread? No, it's a head. It's not bread, it's a head. God damn it. Activate the mantle. Activate. Thank you for the follow and welcome. Hello. I'd better head out now, but before I forget... Here, take this head, Pops. With the headache you've been getting, you should be more careful of the wind. I've been telling him that for ages, he never listens. Alright, I'll weird if it stops this multi-directional nagging. Hey, it's been a while since your thing with Pam didn't work out. Listen, I was talking with my old colleague the other day. He's got a daughter named Jenny. You see, she's single and... Look, thanks, but... I think I just really need to focus on my career right now. So, you guys gonna go back to feeding the ducks or something? We wouldn't have to resort to that if you visit us more often, you little bastard. Little bastard. Oh, but that hat is 100% cotton. Well, alright, you're off the hook. Drive safety. We'll stay here and keep being overlord of the ducks. Bye, Ma. I'm proud of you. Not for the duck thing, but like, you know what I mean. Don't stay out too long at this time of the year. Oh, they're so cute. That kid needs to make us a That kid needs us to make a grandchild. What's wrong with Jenny anyway? Probably nothing, but you know how it is. When you were young, didn't your parents try to push people onto you too? Sure did. It was awkward and forced. Sucked all this chemistry out of it for me as well. What are you doing? I'm texting him Jenny's info to set them up. Don't do that! He's driving, do it after he gets Good call. Make sure to include some pictures too. I really want those grandchildren. The good ones with lighting coming from the side. No words. Received note, regret, no grandkids. Oh no. Send the pics with no duck face. Yep. Hi Yumi, hello, welcome. Hello. With no duck face, okay. Okay, we need to find the mementos now. Not mementos, but memory pieces. I guess the ducks are memory pieces, yeah. How are you? One. Okay. Okay. Are you serious? One for each duck? I'm not complaining. Wish there were a wool flock. Received no ducks. I wanna see what the notes say. They quack things up. I hate this game. Colin wanted grandkids. I don't think... yeah. Okay, this is another memory. Isn't that the old lady I played? Doing good. Been working on my avatar for my channel. Oh. My granddaughter turns 5 this year. Can you believe it? She's growing big and so fast I'm thinking of making my knitting modular. Time really flies, huh? No kidding. I didn't even realize how old I was getting until I broke my other hip. Word of advice, don't go breaking your hip. Yeah, I've been lucky on that front so far. Seriously, I shouldn't even be out right now. Why are you out right now? It's like just a bag of loose bones rattling around in there, I tell you. Just clanging and clanging, clanging and clanging. How are you even standing up? Yeah, honestly, Yumi, this is a really amazing game. The Wu game series is really amazing and entertaining as well. Very emotional game, to be fair. Oh wait, this Sophia wasn't there before, right? This is... Yeah, the first game of the series is called To the Moon. What's this? Their call card. I printed out another. Sigmund Corp. What made you change your mind? And I need to... Okay. What made you change your mind? I still feel the same way about it. Oh, I think I bought it on Switch, but never played it. You should definitely play it. I love it. It's really funny and emotional. And honestly, it's just like Mori. It's one of the games that shows you really well that a game with an RPG maker style game can have an amazing plot and can just be really entertaining, just as any 3D game. But some days I wake up and see you on the balcony looking out like that. You don't see it, but I know there's something that still aches you. Tell me, are you happy? Of course I am. I have you and Esha. Then why do you want to go through with their services? Just because I'm happy doesn't mean I don't have regrets. I love RPG games. You must try a game called One Shot. I tried One Shot a couple years ago. But I think I got totally confused. I was so stressed. I thought when I end the game now, I can't continue where I ended it. But I couldn't continue playing because I had to do my homework at that time. It's like... I think this was in 2015. And since then I never continued. Since then I never started again. So I really can't tell if it's like I can only play it once, as in without a break, or I actually can save and take a break. Just because I'm happy doesn't mean I don't have regrets. Not that I relate to you two anyhow. Call them. But when you go through the procedure and live that new life, just hold on to something from here. Hi! How? Hello! Hello! Thank you for the follow! Hi! I would say it's really worth replaying. I subbed a lot. Honestly, I wanna pick it up again at some point. I just don't know when. Yeah. I feel like One Shot isn't a game you can just casually start if you know you will be busy. Like, I can't even tell if I can keep my schedule or if I can, for example, stream as long as I want to plan most of the time. Because I have to be really spontaneous with my life. Amy! Thank you so much! Hi! Happy Twitch baby! Oh my god! I'm a mother! Hi, Amy! Hello! Wait. I want to give you a shout out. The stupid thing is whenever I want to give a shout out, I can't leave the game window. Why? It's too late to apologize. It's too late. How are you, by the way? Oh, wait, I fucked up. Okay, there we go. Then we do this. And then we do this. I'm so glad I'm having the late shift tomorrow. Just hold on to something from here. It's not like that, Fear. I won't forget about you. Hey. I think I forgot to bring duck food. Huh? Me too. Oh, those two. Amari is real good, but also it's an ungodly amount of sad. It is. I'm all good. My throat is killing me from talking on stream though. How do you guys do that talking? Honestly, mine too. Wait. Emmy, can you give Hal a shout out too? I would appreciate that. I'm good. I'm just really exhausted. I barely got to sit down and just chill. I had to work, and then after work I went to the vet with my cat because we had to talk with our vet about nurturing her and check if she is if she can do it and if she has any issues with her heart or anything. But everything is alright. So she's getting nurtured on Tuesday next week. And after I came home, I had to put together some chairs because my cat, yeah, my cat ruined a lot of chairs, leather chairs, dinner table chairs, and my parents are treating our furniture like their own kids. Yeah. When they saw how she scratched the chairs and ripped the leather, they were like, when we come back from our vacation, you have to have new chairs ready. Yeah, and now we have to put them all together before my parents come back on Friday. And it's hard, it's harder than you think. At least than I expected. Man, I wish I could just hire someone who could do it. But we are always like, no, we do it ourselves. We can do it. Oh, well, that explains. Yeah. Yeah. My cat has a lot of fun with these. Well, that explains her attitude. I told you there was something up with her. You know, she could always sign up with Sick Corp or Life where Colin never signed up with Sick Corp. Cats just being cats. You know, we took one of the old chairs and put them in my room. Just so she can abuse it. But she doesn't uses it as much as she would if it was still in the living room. And I don't get it. I personally feel like she mainly did it back then to get attention because she knew if I do anything to this chair, I get attention. And I don't care if it's bad attention or good attention, but I get attention. And that's how she thinks. And I don't even know where she is right now. She's probably with my sister right now, sleeping, but I have no clue. She even barely ate anything though. I know she could always sign up with Sick Co-op. Haha. That's the last memory. Man, they're actually such a sweet couple. Kinda sad seeing Sophia. The cold. Man, why is the music so good? Thank you for the follow and hello. Hi. Tessinu. Tessinu? Tekinu. What's this one? This one. Okay, how do I do this? Oh wait, I think I have an idea. Yeah. Oh, there she is. There's my cat. Thank you for the follow. Hi, welcome. Okay, she's eating now. Activate memento. Activate. Meow Meow came. She came, my little girl. What the? Wait, what? Oh. Oh. Huh? Oh, okay, this is... Okay, that's a huge jump actually we made. What took you so long? I thought I saw someone weird back there. Huh? Did you say that to their face and hurt their feelings? Weird as in they were watching from the woods. Watching from the woods? Yeah, and when I looked, it almost seemed like they... never mind, it's stupid. Okay, but be honest now. Have you been reading too much Dustlight? I already said never mind. They were static anyway, so it was no one important. Well, you'll be happy to hear that while you were staring at nothing, I've scouted this memory out. Wait, what? I was only behind you by a few seconds. Huh, nice try, Slowpoke. Anyhow, here's what's going on here. In the kitchen, they have a fight about what we suspect from the last memory. Bam! After that, they make up and play music together over there. You eat, etc., etc. Oh, and then Colin goes to sulk on the balcony. The end. Dude, spoilers. Aren't always a bad thing when we're on the job. But here, I even picked up a memory link for you to make up for it. And if you want to see everything yourself so much, then just don't use my unlocks. No! Don't do that! Don't throw away trash on the ground! I'm not going, Fia. Oh man. The developer put so much effort into the music. Always makes me so happy. Oh, it's so pretty. It's rather ghostly when the audio and visuals don't quite sync up. That's true. I also recommend Astray. It's a real good game. What do we have here? Oh, Memento. You know, we need a couple more. Need a couple more. We all have regrets, be it righting a wrong or a dream long past. Or perhaps that one special someone? If you've got to do it all over again, who would you be? Where would you go? At Sigmund Corp, we give you that second chance to make things right. Because with our help, it's never too late. Well, I'm glad they've made better slogans since then. I don't understand. Why would you even consider? Why would you toss aside everything we have for something make-believe? I'm not tossing anything aside. I mean, don't you have regrets too? Yes, but I actually have respect for what I've been through here. What we've been through here. Tell me, what do you want to change? I mean, there are so many little things that could have just been better. Better. And if you call Sigmund, what would you ask for? I don't know what to tell you, Fia. Then the least you could have done is to make up something nice, isn't it? Remember, Colin is our client. Everything else is fluff. I know. Man, this is rough. Sophia just thinks he's not happy with having been married to her, been having a child with her, and probably she just thinks he's not. He doesn't want. He wants to live a life where she's not present, which is not true. That's why she's so cold. Prepare. It's the book now. I don't have much. Oh, never mind. This works. This works. Also I never heard of Astray, M.O. Astray myself. First time I hear of it. I think only the Stray sounds familiar, but I really can't connect it to any game. Okay, where does the book go? Oh, something. Ah. Oh, Shen, do you know the game to the? Yes. This is actually the sequel of To the Moon. The continuation, and tomorrow is the third game coming out, the last game of the series, like the conclusion. To the Moon was actually one of the first games I recorded for Let's Play on my channel. I already know the story and all before I played it myself, but it's like one of my favorite series. Yeah, it's a sequel! Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow, actually. I've been waiting for years. Yeah, it has two continuations. This is the continuation of... This is the second game, and tomorrow is the last game coming out, called Imposter Factory. Bye, guest! You play as a blue slime that is in a band. Oh, okay. I really never heard of that one. I really never heard of that one. But yeah, Hal, this is actually the continuation. But I'm so glad you know To the Moon. I'm so glad. Man. But yeah, I'm really curious about the third game. Like, I feel like there will be so many things uncovered from the first game and especially the second game. You have to. You have to. And the trailer for Imposter Factory is just so good. The game was supposed to come out in May, but they pushed it to September 30 now. And yeah, I think the game was even supposed to come last year, but it has been 6 years or less that we've been waiting for the last game. Wait, how in the world? And even this game, even Finding Paradise has a prequel. But I was like, I don't want to play. Childhood. Did we just skip his whole life? Anak! Hi! Hello! It's shout out time for you too. And I think Hal never got a shout out. And you may also so many shout outs. How are you, Anna? Beep, 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 ba, 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 ba. There we go. Anna, did you actually Ashton, you're so sweet. No, you're welcome. Everyone, you should go check out Yumi. She's also a great artist, as well as Hall. And Anna's super entertaining. She can have she has so much input in regards of games. I really love that. There we go. Oh, you played Boyfriend Dungeon last. Did you? You've been on it for a couple streams now, right? But does that mean you finished Pokemon? You're welcome, guys. No problem. Did we just skip his whole life? I don't know how this could have happened. But since we're here already, try transferring his signal from the last memory. Roger. I'm hopping between games, so I haven't finished Boyfriend Dungeon or Pokemon. Okay, but I can relate to that. I feel like it was a mistake of me to stream 3 different games a week. So I want to focus on, let's say, maximum 2 games a week until I finish one. No, not working. We might have leaped all the way, but the middle of the path is still uncleared. Then, what now? Are we stuck here? Beats me. We're already here, though. Might as well look around. Received anomaly. I guess we have to go from... Yeah, we have to go from here. Locked. Oh, okay, we have to jump. The book was what catapulted us all the way here, right? By the way, Anna, I think this is also a game series you would like. This is the second game of the series, Finding Paradise, but it starts with To the Moon. You probably already know it, knowing you. I feel like you already know it. It's from Freebird Games. I have so much dust on my table. How very magical and equally annoying. I played To the Moon. It's really old, isn't it? It is. Pretty sure To the Moon came out 2012. And then Finding Paradise around 2015. And yeah, and the last game is coming out tomorrow called Imposter Factory. Hey, this book. It's not getting wet from the rain. Huh? I guess it glitches in more ways than one. Requires 5 memory links to proceed. Okay. Leave the room. So Colin, so in the prequel of this game, we find out that Colin is alone most of the time because his parents are super busy. Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, they leave him alone a lot since he was really small. A jar of loose change. Don't steal it, Neil. Don't steal it. Don't. Here we You hang in there, son. Food's in the fridge as always. Keep this place in check, alright? I will. I'm sorry we have to leave again, Colin. But at least we got to see you today before we go. I understand, you need to work hard to keep us afloat. That's right. Aw, it's a difficult time, but we'll get through it. And one day, things are going to be all better. We'll make sure of that. Aww. You should keep eating more, you little scamp. Those breads were going quick for a while. I thought you hit a growth spurt. Take care, son. Bye, Dad. Okay, and his dad seemed to have a complicated relationship. Was really distant. And now back to Rudok, the red-nosed corgi. Hey, look, you're on TV. Say something. That's not how I remember the show goes at all. Rudok. Rudok, I guess. And now back to Rudok. I think then, yeah, he's in the bedroom. What is he doing? He's so adorable. Home was such a sweet child. Come on, Rudolph, you can jump too. You know? Yeah. Doggo. It's a Rudolph. Rudolph, the red-nosed stray dog, had a very shiny nose. Can we go out? I don't think we can go out. Yeah. Maybe in this room. Maybe in this room. There's the last memory link. Whoa, okay, there he is. A paper plane. Is he dead? If he's dead, how could we be here decades later? I'm going to bed now. Have fun, Shen. Sleep well, Hal. I'm really appreciated for you stopping by. And if you end up playing it, Finding Paradise, let me know. Have a good rest. Don't stay up too long, Shen. It's like 1 AM soon for you. I won't. I have work anyway, so I won't play for that much longer. I will probably continue tomorrow anyways to finish the game. The game only goes for like 5 hours. So if I play for, let's say, half an hour more, I should be good. If he's dead, how could we be here decades later? Maybe it's his twin. Dude, too soon. Well, actually, I guess it's been a long while. But still not cool. Yeah, the thing with the twin just now was related to the first game. It's an insider. Why is Colin so adorable? I can't get over it. What the... Isn't this already the furthest memory back? Yeah, huh? Wait, I just realized something. A few memories ago, at the Sigmund signing house. Here we go. And the boss said he'd put his best people on this case. This was like ages ago, Neil. But he didn't actually mean us, did he? Because Colin was originally assigned to Roxanne and freaking Rob. Yeah, let it go, man. That is utter bullshit. Okay, calm down. No, I am rage. What? This dude, Kame. Kame. Don't interrupt me. Hadouken! Neil is something else. Wow, you've really moved up to getting sued by two IPs simultaneously. Sorry, Eva. I just can't have you go on thinking I've gotten tame. You could say you brought that upon yourself. No, Neil, I really wouldn't say that. Memento, prepare. This one is... Are you kidding? Does this work? At least it does. Okay. Activate. Alright, let's see where this goes. Oh, okay, that's a huge jump. That's actually a huge jump. They are now back in the present. Or like, kinda present. And we are back to old age. War. Atlanta Center. Cactus 135. Cruising flight level 360. Cactus 135. Atlanta Center, Roger. Altimeter setting 3017. Have a good flight. Altimeter 3015. Thank you, Cactus 135. Well, we've got a nice tailwind going for us. So now that we are in cruise, I just wanted to say it's an honor to be here as your first officer on your final flight. This may be my first time as first officer, but I won't let you down. Hey, it's all good. Rather poetic, really. Passing the baton and all. Baton. But you should know. As my co-pilot, there's only two things I want to hear from you. Two things, sir? Yep. They are yes, Captain, and landing gear down. You're funny, sir. What did I just say? Yes, Captain. Of course, I'm just messing with you. Just remind me of back when I did my first flight as first officer, that's all. Man, my captain then was a crazy mess. Yes, Captain. You know I just said I was kidding, right? Yes, Captain. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna let my wife and son come in and sit for a bit if you don't mind. It's my last flight after all. They are not gonna get this view again. Yes, Captain. Irene, could you bring my family in? Thank you. Flight regulations were still so chill back in the day, huh? Times change. Oh, yes, Irene, bring the family. So what did you two say? One last round? Is it alright with management? Already approved, special occasion and all. You heard him, Ma. Go, go, go. Aw. Babies, babies. Anything I can click here? No. We go back in. I love the way to detail how they made Collins stand or lean against the chair. I think it's really cool. So you're gonna miss the views from the big birds. Sure. But it's not like I'm giving up the sky. Oh, don't you go renting those small planes. I don't trust you flying in them. Speaking of, I wish they gave you a bigger plane for the last flight of your career. Like one of those monster double-deckers. Huh, I asked for this particular one myself. I had my first flight with the airline in this. It was a different time back then. A time with lots of peanuts. I miss them so much. You know, Dad? All these years of flying and you never told me why you chose to be a pilot in the first place. Oh, I haven't? Huh? Don't tell your mother. But it was to impress a girl. Yeah? Did it work? Sure, I guess. Oh, please. With the way your father acted, I doubt you dated anyone at all when we met. Shots fired, Dad. Hey now, Fia. Don't go spreading false rumors in front of our son. I'll have you know that I was quite the stud back in the days. Captain, just a reminder that we're on the record for the black box. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Let the record show that my biceps are out of this world. No, they really aren't. Oh, but they are. When I pulled that joke on takeoff earlier, I practically lifted the entire plane off the ground. Isn't that right, Peyton? Yes, Captain. Yeah? Well, let me tell you all a story about this one time involving a jar of pickles. Okay, we need to maintain a sterile cockpit for landing. Let's get you two back to your seats. Off you go now, shoo. Sir, we are not landing for another couple of hours. I know. Why is this so? I love the music. I can't get over the music. It's so beautiful. So, are you coming with or what? No, I like this view. I thought you were acrophobic. Only when I'm not inside the plane. How about you go wrap up this memory, and I'll join you shortly after. Where's my cat? My cat. Are you serious? It's on a loop. Yeah, but the picture from the seat's angle is just absolutely divine. In fact, I pity you or anyone who can't see the way the horizon meets the... Don't give me that. Cabbage. Okay. Thank you for the lovely flight, sir. Cheers, hope you have a nice day. Hello, little one, hope you enjoyed the landing sucked. Yeah, so it was a little rough. Not one of my better landings. The wind was... No. Bad landing. No. What a mean child. Oh, a fellow cellist, huh? Here, let me get that for you. Thank you, sir. Yay, are you good at the cello? Huh, not really. My wife is the real musician of the family. Beautiful instrument, though. I loved playing it as a kid. Received no cello. Repair. Okay, we got the cello. Okay, smooth. Wait, what? Okay. For a second I thought that something was wrong because the cello didn't disappear, the small icon. Activate. I think this is the last memory I'll go through and then I will end the stream. Sup? Dude, I was just about to... And they yeeted. Oh, it's back in school. We're back in school. How did we skip to the childhood memories again? And this time the memento isn't even that book. Is there something wrong with the machine, Neil? Huh? It's not the machine. At least, I don't think it is. Well, I guess at least we know that we can go back now. Let's just hope this doesn't interfere with finishing this job. Relax, we'll manage. Is there literally anything else left, Mrs. Myla? Nope. This is your instrument. Get used to it. Received no cello. Loved playing cello as a kid, my ass. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Wow, you belong at a great school. Your childish jabs aside, Eva. And on an unrelated note, this place kinda makes me feel like I'm on the set of some indie French film. What? What about this possibly makes you feel that way? I don't know, just a feeling. Oh my god, the way they changed the music. If you wanted something else, you should have lined up earlier. The French music. Hey, don't push. I call dibs on the violin, it's so light to carry. I'm gonna get the flute, it fits in my backpack. He looks so... Oh no. Did you see that? Is he carrying that thing or is it carrying him? Looks like just a floating case from behind. That's so mean. Why the trees? I have a feeling these aren't exact replicas from the actual setting. It's as if Hesperus took quite a creative liberty in mixing things up. Isn't the machine built with public domain data stabilizers to prevent this? Yeah, but maybe broken? Maybe? You're the tech specialist. Yeah, I'll have a look afterward. The guy sure takes creative liberty with his memories. Look, it's just disappeared. Okay, I can't take with this. Wow, this is awkward to watch. Eva, why do we get all these losers as our clients? No, don't call him a loser. Maybe cause you're here, Moran. Oh, well, that's a nice compliment under Gauss's law of magnetism. Stupid. Stupid. Yeah, I think I need to go to the left. Get the last memory link. For some reason, this makes me miss school. What's he doing? Counting dirt, I guess. Colin? Miss Parker. Colin, the answer is C. What? I'll ask you again. What is the radius of the circle? Where's your head at, Colin? Go stand out in the hall. Bad boy. Okay, maybe the memory is here. Wait, something is glowing there. That could be our ticket out here. Alright, I think we could reach it if we just... No, I got this. Let me find a way. Alright, now watch this. Is that a freaking wand? Wait, you didn't disable the mobiliarbus. Oh my god, I can't speak. Mobiliarbus teacher's desk. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And down. Did you just flip and see that? Dude. Tongue twisted. I did. I really did there. Reset. Okay, first of all, disable reactive interactivity before you pull that stuff. And second of all, that's not even how that spell goes. Yeah, it is. Did you see that thing fly? They sure did. You village idiot. Village idiot. It's actually an... Village idiot. That's actually a good insult to use. What? Nothing. I guess I was expecting you to start saying dumb things again. Eva, do you know how draining it is to unleash a Kamehameha and a Hadouken simultaneously? I mean, I know I'm a pro, but even I need my beauty sleep. Stop it. Stop it, Neil. Okay. Okay, we got our 100%. The clock. Okay, activate. Okay, I think good to end here. Oh, isn't that yeah, that's their home where they've been living, but probably just moved in. Are we back at the old age period again? Well, and here it is, the perfect retirement apartment. We sure are. Okay, I think I got it figured out. I mean, we haven't just been jumping back and forth randomly, right? There's a pattern to it. With all our other patients, we began from the most recent point and gradually retraced backwards. And in this case, it did start like that. For the first few memories in his oldest time, everything went just as normal. But then we somehow got slingshotted. All the way to the earliest accessible memory. So we cleared that and once again leaped back. To the older times where we left off. Then to the earlier once again, moving forward. And once more to the older time, moving backward. These jumps aren't in random order, and nor do they form just any pattern. It's the pattern of a decaying orbit. It's almost as if we are being pulled in, spiraling toward a gravitational center. A gravitational center, huh? An appropriate context for physics aside, what do you think it's causing this? Some oh so deep event of melodramatic angst and that traumatized our fine gentleman? I don't know. Maybe it's a memory of that sort, but maybe it's something else. Something else? What could be here other than memories? Like I said, I don't know. It's just that we've seen a lot of patients and there's never been a memory that's done this. Alright. I guess at least this one isn't routine then. We'll see. Okay. Save. Did I save? I did save. Oh. Okay. Okay, I think this is a good time to end. Do it like this. If I need to. Where's my audio? I need my mixer. Okay. We did it. We did it. Okay. I'm so glad I managed to stream today, and I'm so glad I finally managed to play Finding Paradise. I really didn't expect. I really didn't expect for Imposter Factory to come out tomorrow, more like today, considering that it was pushed back the whole time. That was really unexpected. Okay. I I hear myself. I apologize. Okay. On that note, I think I know I want to rate. I know. Ba, ba, ba. There we go. And here's the rate message. I'm so tired, honestly. I can't wait to just go to bed. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone that joined. That experienced the game with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope I can actually continue and finish the game tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow then. And make sure to join the raid. Beep 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 beep.